Welcome to the SAP BW session. In this session, we're going to see how to extract data from ECC to BW using a generic extraction. Okay, so generic extraction means, so when we saw the extraction types, we saw like standard extractor, generic extractors, right? So generic extractor is the one when you will go for is whenever there is no standard extractor available and the requirement is containing multiple tables from the ECC and you don't have a standard extractors. For example, take for example this scenario, we need to extract the partner function on item number from the sales document. Okay, partner function item number of the sales document is from a VBPA table. Okay, also few fields from the VBAK table. So these two tables are available in ECC, but there is no standard data source available for this. So the only way to do is to use a generic extraction. How do you do generic extraction? That's what we're going to see today. And there are three different types of generic extraction available. One is you can create generic extraction based on a table or a view, or you can do it from info set or a query or a function module. Okay. So for this class, I'm going to limit creating generic extraction based on a view only. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. Before doing that, let's do a preliminary study of what is available and what are the fields, right? So we know from two tables, right? VBAK and VBPA. So let's go to ECC and then you can see the table. Okay, there is something. The T code is SC16. Okay, and then give the table name. Okay, VBPA, right? Let's take only maybe 25. Okay, there's a number of entries. Maybe there is more than 200,000 records are there. We don't really want to see everything. I just want to give you an idea of what is happening here. Okay, so like we got all these fields, right? Whatever the fields we are looking for will be available there, so you can check it VBPA. Okay, these two, pass and now and then another field, right? So you go back, you will see the pass NR and PA or WB. Okay, right? Okay. So in the same way, we can also see the other table as well, just in case. Okay, VBAK. 25 records again. So there will be more than 10,000 records available. Right. Okay. So here you can say VBALN and then all these fields will be there. Date. Okay. So now we confirm the tables and with the fields available. The next step is to let's go step by step, right? Let's go step by step. Next step is to go to SC11. Okay, go to SC11 to create the view, right? /n SC11. So I go to SC11. I'm going to create a view based on the maybe I would have created already about. Let's try this. I was halfway through, but let's see whether it's working fine. If not, we can change the names. Okay. So what I'm doing is, because I'm creating a user-defined view, anytime you create a user-defined, you should prefix with a Z there. Z view, and then we're combining these two tables. Okay. VBAK, VBPA, right? That's a view, right? This is in SC11, and then click on create. Okay. And there are different types of view you can create. We will create the database view only. Okay, and this is fine. It says constraint and all those things. So now once you are here, just give a name for this description for this one. Okay, description could be anything. You don't have to really. It could be a view for generic extraction. Okay, and I'm going to take a table name VBAK right? VBAK, and then click on enter. Okay. So when you have two tables, you should know what is the join condition, right? Otherwise, how do you bring the fields from different tables, right? So if you know the join condition, you can always do that. If not, you can okay, what you can do. If not, you can there is something called relationship here. Click on the relationship. It will automatically right tell you what are the relationship between okay relationship for VBAK, right? So you can come down. Okay. So let's get this either one across. So okay, right. You can always do basically depends on what you are selecting or if and stuff that it's all the reference table how the data has been loaded, right? If you don't, even if you don't know, you can always uh, take it off as well. So it's all between uh, it's like basically if this is how the join condition is being done. Okay. Let's take this also. We don't need this one. Okay. So I'm doing by heart because I know this already, but you might have to learn the table relationships. Okay. So in it's available in the SAP SDN site as well. Also, you can learn from the relationship. I can send you the link wherever it is there. Whatever it is. Okay. Okay. So I don't need this, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's do this. I'll remove it. So it doesn't allow. Okay. And then take this one off. Just do it. Otherwise, you can always join with the values whatever uh, you know of. Like you can there is always a field for uh, between these two fields. Like so VBAK field name is MADT, which is this one I know actually. Okay, VBAK MANDT. Okay, and again VBAK. Okay, VBELN. Okay, VBPA. These are the two key fields. Okay, you select that one and then click enter. So it's asking for a description. I give description. It got deleted for some. So let's do the description. View for generic extraction. Okay. Then go to the fields tab. Okay. So here you have to enter the fields, whatever field we need. Well, let's try to see what are the fields. Maybe okay. These are the fields are there, right? So uh, remember always this is the field which I put it in the join condition, right? So this field should be available. You have to always include these fields. Okay, and outside of this, then what are the other fields? Okay, maybe let's see it at USNR, right? USNR. Let's take this one, right? Whether we want to see what are the fields we need to add. Okay? VBLN, okay, VBPKORG. Let's take this one. I'll put it here so that we know. Okay, so VBELN, right? VBELN is there. VBELN is there. Mandate is there. And then A date. Okay, A date. A date. Okay, A date is here. Select that and VKORG. VKORG. That's not that. So we don't, it's not that, then okay, VK net. Because of the reason why it's not there, this is a training system. There will be always, somebody will be doing a lot of activities, so you will not have that. Okay? So it doesn't mean that because I will skip this field. If it's not available, then you can skip this field and let's see NETW or it should be there. Also not there. Okay. Okay. VRC date and then come down. Okay. Okay, date we have. KLR. Okay. I'm just thinking if there is any other field we can use. It's like it's our demonstration, right? So you can take it any time, any date or whatever you want to. So let's take this. Oh yeah, I did here. I don't know why I did not. Okay, this is that. And then WAK also is there. Okay, net value is there, and then okay. All right. So this is the field for the for the VBAK, and then for VBPA. Let's do this. Choose this. Okay. And these are the key fields for each field, right? Again, the key fields are okay. And 3, 4. These are the things we need from your hotel. Okay. Okay. So now we have took all the fields from 2 different tables, right? Right. So let's go ahead and check it whether it's correct or not. It's going to ask you for a package, and then see, this is whatever you're seeing is a transport. I think I told you already. It's like anytime you create an object, this object will be stored in a transport request so that you can move from from one environment to another environment. Let's do local object. And it is not unique. Again, this is a, it's a, technically it should be unique because mandate should be unique, but people are like, so this is not unique. But we need this field. Without this field, we cannot move forward. Let's see. Because I already have another unique field. So let's see whether it's working with this. Okay, let me check that. Okay. Maybe VLN is not in. See, these are all. It could be saying everything. The key field, right? So key field should be unique. I don't know why it's not in it. Okay. Okay, now check it again. Did you see what happens? Why did I, okay, so did you see what happened? It says that now it's giving me a read-only access. These are all the, see, it's very good that you guys are getting too much, issues, and then we can able to, and these are all the general issues. You will always get it whenever you create a generic data source. Okay, this is a very good lesson for this class, right? So, okay. So because of a lot of training issues with training database, it's saying that it's not. Let's try to activate it. Okay. Let's try to activate it. What it's saying. What the nothing will happen? It will use an error. Okay. You want to see the activation log? Okay. Which is fine. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead. Client dependency of this because of the. We were getting the issue for uniqueness. I was removed those two, but which is fine actually. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and because it doesn't give you a red, right? As long as it's yellow, then it's fine. Okay, it's not going to be. So now we have the view created, right? So once the view created, next step is to go ahead and create the data source on top of the view. Okay, so where do you create data source? You have to go /o RSO. This is the place you create data source. Okay. Okay. So VDS view VV. Okay. And then you create it. Creating it. This is basically from the sales and distribution. Okay. Sales and distribution application component. Okay. And it's a new short description. Just give it as a GV data source XT. I'm going to give you everything same. Okay. I'm not going to add this is the and then the view of the table. So we need to find out what is the view of the table, right? What we created. We know the table view name, but just in case, I just click this so that you know what is going on. Okay. It will take some time because there is a number of there is multiple views or tables available in the system. It might take some time, but let's wait for that. Should I stop it? Because it's taking so much time. Just stop this because the system has there's a lot of views and tables are there. It's going to try to blink in everything. Let me try to stop this process. Okay, stop the transaction. Yeah, we should at least give at least a few words so that it's going to search for. Otherwise, there is no filter and it will take tons of records are there. So we don't want to waste time on this one, right? Or also to okay, create, right? SD again. Right, and then I'll give the table, view name, whatever we created. Let's see what happens. Right? Preview VBAK. Okay, right? And let's try to save the data source. The data source name is this one, right? Okay. It's okay. 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 So now local object means I'm not going to transport any of this object. I just create as a local object. If you're working in a real-time environment, then you will be always saving under your name. You have to create a package and then create a transport. Okay, so those things we cannot do it here. And if you want to have selection field, you can do the selection field here. Maybe let's do a sales document. Where is sales document? Okay. PBL and only we don't have, right? So yeah, this is fine. It's okay. So that's okay. Okay. So if you select this, then you won't see the fields in the extractor. Okay. Right. Okay. So now I want to save this. I know everything is there. You can can see this is the extract structure. Okay. Okay. You can click once you save it. Double click. Since it's a local object, again it says local. That's fine actually. Okay. So that's it, right? This is the field what we added. Okay. Okay. We saved anyway. That's okay. Right. And then we save it again. Anyway, so now we know the data source, right? So once you have the data source, let's go and see the field as any data or not. Okay. Also, I need to show you something. There is something called generic delta, right? So generic delta is basically how do you load data based on a particular field. So first time, generic delta. Okay? First time when you load, it will be full load. Okay. Moving forward, it should be delta load, right? So for just side extraction, they already have a delta load in the financial. It will be like based on the timestamp. Again, in the LO extraction, it's delta Q is there, right? But here, you need to specify how do you want to filter the data on based on what. Okay, so based on timestamp or by default it will take as a numeric pointer, but you need to select either one. Okay, that's all right. So now let's go and see if this data source is available or not. Okay. Backslash down or free. Okay. I'm going to go to the extract checker and then click start extraction. Let's see. It will be like because we don't have any filter at all, it might take some time. Okay. So you want to see the data as extractor, you want to see the data in the grid. So this is the data which we are going to use it. Okay, right? So now we know the data source is being extracted. So we have created our own data source also, right? So once you do that, after you do that, you want to see the data and everything, then it's a post process, right? Post process, you have to see whether data source available in the activated data source also. So where you use RSA 6. Okay, somebody else is using it. So that's okay. I'm not going to go to that place. Okay, so anyway, you will check that one. But right now, if somebody else is also using it, that's why it doesn't allow you to. Okay, let's go back. So once you're done with that, we have to go back to the. So we have to go back to the BI. Okay, Smith Warehouse. Go to the and RSA one. I think this is not the. It will take some time. Okay. Okay. I have to restart again. That's what I thought actually. Let's take this also everything out. Okay. And restart the ECC and so okay, ECC and BW. Okay, BW and ECC. The other steps are similar like whatever I did last class, but just I will show you how to do, and then you guys can start working on it. Okay. You just want to see whether data is there or not, right? That's about it. So there is something happening with ECC now, so that's why it's not logging in. Let's go back to the BW RSA1. Okay. So we know the data source now, right? It's your data source. Like last time, we need to make sure you select the ERP and then you should go to the application component and then sales and distribution. It will not be there for sure, right? Because this is not a generic data source, so it will not be there for sure. I'm going to go ahead and okay, sales and distribution. I click and then replicate metadata. It's asking you how content only. These are all the default thing. Okay, just okay. the data source name or not? Yeah. It's right now replicating the. Let's see here what happened. So it came up, right? Let's go and see RSA fix it. We will do the RSA fix and then find for our data service. So we make sure it's available here. Okay, it is there, right? Okay, that's good. It's replicating now. Many people have done a lot of things. Do we need to take everything out? We don't, right? We don't just take only what we need. All right, just this sort of thing, and find for our data source. Let's see if available. It is there. Okay, select that and then click OK. You're only replicating our data source. Okay, I don't want to fix everything everybody else. And just to refresh entire tree one more time. Okay, and again find for our data source. Okay, our data source is here, right? Okay. Once we have the data source here, next is to create a. Let's go ahead and see what is this here. What's happening here? Modified. Okay. Just it says modified or not, so I'll have to activate. Let's see whether it's activating or not, right? Okay, now it is active, right? We are good. Now it's active, we are good, and then the next is to create an info package. Right click, create info package. I'll give some name, like what name you can give. IP. Okay. Info package. Then VBPA, right? And just do this one. Okay. All right. So now we have our data. It's all coming from SAP. Only PSA update is full update. And just click on start. We need to activate it and it's got started, right? So data is started already. Start load immediately, right? So we have to see whether it's working or not. Okay. Go to the monitor here. And then see. It will take some time to load the data. Okay. So once you load the data, then the next steps or the other steps would be just create a InfoCube based on this and load the data into data source and then InfoCube. Okay, DSO and InfoCube. Then we can create on top of that. Okay. So it will take some time. So okay, it's just loading. It will take at least another 10-15 minutes. You don't have to wait for it, but we know this whether it's work or not. So I will wrap up the class today for this one, generic extraction. So if you guys have some time, then you can go ahead and once this is done, you can go ahead and create DSO and load data into it. All right. Okay, guys. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. What I'm going to do is for today, please do the the same steps I did with a different name and fields following the using the document I'm going to send you the document. I sent it to you. Sorry. I'm going to send it. Right. Okay. Next class, I will talk about the performance tuning and then administrative activities and then creating process chain and everything. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Bye now.